Morning. 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 Thanks. Morning. You better stand on that side. Ever heard you? Morning. Exercising my rights that our soldiers died for. Parking. Pretty good. How are you? Happy Memorial Day. Doing alright. How are you? Okay. How are you? It's like I got my chair. I'm waiting for the candy.
It's got potato chips. That was from the van. Where'd you get the cups?
I ordered off 511 Tactical. No, they had a assortment of colors. I was going to get a camouflage one, except they didn't have my fat weight size, so so I ordered one that they did.
It's kind of cool. Yeah, exactly. I knew that was coming.
Except for my scar.
What's that?
Pocket Constitution.
Yeah.
Now you guys, you memorize that for school, you'll be there.
Right? Should have memorized it. We only had to memorize a chunk of it. Keep that. That's cool. Thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I gotta go say hi to my coworker over here. He's the safety administrator at work. Hey, Ib, how's it going? Pretty good.
So, what,
Merry Christmas.
okay. So you're out here bearing your arms?
Oh, exactly.
Right?
Exercise my rights our soldiers died for.
Yeah.
There's some guys who are so stupid they think that the right to bear arms you can wear short sleeve shirts.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Bill.
Well,
Bill.
he's
Oh,
a
good for
forklift
you.
driver
I
by-
love
by
this. I
us.
love this.
Yeah.
Bill, you're a patriot.
Yes,
Yeah.
You love America.
I believe I do.
I can tell. Wow, this is amazing. Now you're
Yeah.
part of gun toting, flag waving, conservative. Oh. Let me tell you.
Conservative, too.
Let me tell you. You know, this country's in terrible trouble.
You know, I don't believe in all the conservative ideals, but I believe in the basic constitutional rights, and you know, this is supposed to be a free country.
You know, and the government's getting bigger.
You know,
Bigger.
I evaluate, you know, the English only. I used to be that way, but now I'm sitting there going, you know, First Amendment says free speech, it doesn't say English, but don't expect me to learn your language to accommodate you.
Bingo. Well, you know, when my mom was back in the 20s, when she had her first job, she was working over at the City Hall, which they built during the WPA program. They built
Right.
the one that's there now. But anyway, yeah, she had to be bilingual because there was some
So many
people who
German?
speak German.
Yep.
And you know what happens by the third generation? It's gone.
They learn it. They learn English, and
Yeah, sure. Well, you
You know.
use a little Hispanic kids. They didn't even have an accent.
you know, I sit there looking at, you know, this is supposed to be a free country. You know, if you want to smoke marijuana, go right ahead. I don't support your decision to, but if you want to, and you can support yourself, go right ahead. We shouldn't interfere. Now, if you break into my house to support your habit,
Yeah, that's
now we got a problem.
But you see, it should be an individual choice, and that's
Yeah.
the problem. Like making you wear a helmet, making you wear a seatbelt, it's stupid.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It you shouldn't have to legislate common sense and to punish people because they don't exercise their common sense the way you see fit. I'm sorry, that's not what this country's supposed to be about.
It's about freedom.
Yeah.
Liberal used to mean in favor of liberty. Now it's exactly the opposite. Fascists. This Constitution of the United States limits government. There are three branches, and you know, because our founders realized that government has this horrible habit of getting more and more intrusive. You know, somebody once said that, you know, I never am more afraid than when the legislatures are
In session.
session. Now, our president said that the Constitution of the United States is an old and outdated document. We need a Constitution which will tell all the things the government can and must do. What an idiot.
It does. It tells you what you can and you cannot.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you know, that's why there are three branches.
and
And there are
it's
checks.
horrible that, you know, when you get to the Supreme Court and you're getting split decisions of 5-4 and 4-5, that tells you that they are activist judges. They should be darn near unanimous decisions.
That was the one flaw in the Constitution. Our founders believed that the Supreme Court didn't have to have a check and balance because here in the Constitution, that's the one mistake.
You know, they've recently ruled that not the Supreme Court, but I believe it was the Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals said, well, cops can search your car without a warrant now. Cops can search your car without a warrant. This is this is the appellate court for Pennsylvania that said that one.
Constitution says no.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's something that really pisses people off.
In God we trust.
You
Yep.
know, and look, this country was not founded to be secular. It was founded to have freedom of religion, not freedom from it.
Exactly.
What they didn't want was a state church. That's all.
Right.
Establish
You
your
know.
religion. They had it in England and it was bad.
to force somebody to be one certain religion or another is not right.
No, it's antithetical to what it used to be American.
If
What's
you
your
want,
name again?
Bill,
Bill, I'm Paul. That's
Nice
a
to
cool
meet you.
name, by the way.
really?
So it isn't Tawanda or Bippy or, you know, or Ashley.
Yeah, I'd have changed my name if it were Ashley.
I had a joke about that. This guy comes into the judge because he wanted to change his name. His name was Bill Crap. Okay? And he said, okay, what do you want to change your name to? Bob Crap.
Likes his last name? Go for it.
Do you know where the term crap comes from?
No,
The guy who
but
invented
yeah,
the flush toilet in England.
right, the crapper.
Yeah, Sir Thomas Crapper, yeah. Isn't that funny? Used to be a really good name.
And instead of getting the toilet named after him, he ends up getting what people do in the toilet named after him. Poor guy.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, Bill, hey, this is shotgun, huh?
Yep,
Wow. What gauge?
12 gauge.
That'll throw some scatter.
All the, because they usually I carry fully loaded, but because there's going to be more people around than normal, I left one out of the chamber. That way, you know, just because it's
There's another thing I'm really strong before I'm an NRA member for 15 years. I used to be anti-gun, and then I began to read. Now, I was been curious, and I began to realize that, you know, they want guns are over when they all guns is exactly right. And I joined the NRA as soon as my brain began to process.
well, the Jack in the Box recently said they were going to ban guns on their property. 4 armed robberies in a week.
Yep. These no gun zones, it's an invitation to a madman to come in.
Criminal safe zones.
This is a gun-free zone, and a little kid who chews his sandwiches in the shape of a gun
Gets in trouble.
gets suspended for 6 months.
Yeah.
It's asinine. Anyway,
You
Bill,
know,
it's
they-
always nice to meet somebody who's got the head screwed on straight. Thanks for handing out copies of the Constitution.
Yeah.
By the
Figured
way,
pick them up, buck a piece, and
another thing that the radical left doesn't like is the fact that, well, they love the fact that the Constitution doesn't have any mention of God, but that's because that's the nuts and bolts part. The Declaration of Independence,
mentions it.
5 times. That's the foundation,
Yep.
and not that. But let's look at this. Now this is this is Declaration, which is filled with, you know, divine providence. But at the end of the Constitution, look at this. This is so cool. Not the amendments, but Bill of Rights. Um, September 25th, 1799, AD. That was in the original. That was the tri-preamble of the Bill of Rights hanging on here. Yep, 7th day of the year of our Lord. See? He's in there.
Yep.
The liars. I mean, but the numerality says, you know, the end justifies the means. So if I have to lie to keep my party in power, I don't want it. It destroys traditional morality. It's not moral and it's not new. It's fashion.
I'm disappointed extremely with both parties because neither one does what's in the best interest of the country.
The Republicans are the dumb party, the Democrats are the people party. That's my take. I mean, what kind of an idiot would want big government unless you're a fascist?
You know,
And of
every
course, they like when somebody disagrees with them, they don't argue with the area of ideas. They try to destroy you.
come up with a cheap argument. Oh, you don't like Obama, you're racist. I didn't like those policies when they were Clintons. You know.
Well, I'll tell you who'd be an awesome president is Benjamin Carson, the retiring chief of staff, chief of
That doctor,
neurology at
yeah.
Johns Hopkins. I don't care about his color of skin. I love the ideas.
Alan West, I think, would be a great one. I wish Herman Cain would have stuck it out instead of
I know.
holding because of the sex scandal.
And of course, that previous administration, what about the racist? They had the first Secretary of State was a black man, the second one was a black woman.
Yep.
But you know, they're idiots.
You know,
Bill,
I look at the Iraq War. I supported the war, but I didn't support how it was fought. You go in and you beat them down so much that they're willing to accept you.
Overwhelming force.
You try and be friends, well, they'll use that to their advantage to sneak in, get right next to you, and then blow a bunch of stuff up.
Coldwater, when he was here, you're too young to remember this, but in '64 when he was running, he said, look, this war in Vietnam, we're going to end it quickly. I'm gonna dynamite all the dams in the road and flood the place and it's over.
Oh no,
So
we can't do that.
Yeah, so instead this idiot